It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home.
In every hour of peril, in every moment of crisis, American warriors have left behind the blessings of home and family to answer their nation's call.
We owe a duty to those who have fallen in war. They have paid a debt we can never repay, and for that, we owe gratitude and remembrance. We owe at least this: to remember their sacrifice and honor their memory year after year. Salute after salute, ceremony after ceremony, parade after parade, prayer after prayer, that by our remembrance, we keep lit the eternal flame. God bless our warriors, and may God bless our fallen.
Hey everyone, this is Kid Rock. On this Memorial Day, we are remembering the sacrifice and service of so many who are not with us today. It's a special day. We're thinking of them. Once again, I wanted to say thank you. God bless all of you for your sacrifice, for your service. Keep on Kid Rocking in the free world. God bless you all.
To many, Memorial Day is the unofficial start of summer, a weekend for barbecues and time off. But for my family and for millions of others across this country, it's deeply personal. I grew up hearing stories of my grandfather who served in the U.S. Navy and my uncle who served in the U.S. Air Force. They were men of honor who understood that freedom isn't free. It's bought and paid for by the bravest among us. Today we pause to remember the more than 1 million military service members who gave their lives in defense of our nation. We honor those who took an oath, knowing the risks, and whose watch ended far too soon. This year, I invite you to join me in moving beyond simple gratitude. Let's keep their names in our minds and their families in our hearts. Please take a moment for the national moment of remembrance at 3 p.m. local time. May we always strive to live the lives worthy of their sacrifice. On behalf of my grandfather and my uncle and all who served, we will never forget.
When you look across the rolling hills and quiet rows of Arlington, you don't just see white marble. If you've been to war, you see faces. I spent my career operating in the blast radius alongside some of the most lethal and dedicated warriors on earth. We fought in the dirt and the dust. We bled together. We survived together. But the brutal truth of war is that not all of us come home. Every one of us who has worn the uniform in combat carries a list. You don't write it down. You don't have to. It's burned into your soul. It's the name of the teammates you pulled from the wreckage, the friends you shared the last meal with, the brothers and sisters who literally gave everything they had to the mission, to the cause, and to each one of us. The freedoms we enjoy today were purchased by those who never saw tomorrow. Memorial Day is not just a holiday. For this nation, it is a day of remembrance and gratitude. For those of us who have worn the uniform, it is a day of reckoning. It's a day we hear those names again in the solitude of our own minds and ask ourselves whether we are living a life worthy of the blood they shed. To the Gold Star families who live with an empty chair at the table every single day, the nation owes you a debt we can never repay, and your sacrifice serves as our North Star. There's a saying, a warrior dies twice. The first time is when their heart stops beating. The second is when their name is no longer spoken. We must never allow the names of our nation's warriors to fade. We must carry their memories and hold the line. We must speak their names out loud or in the quiet of our hearts. we must never forget.
A week before the Battle of Bull Run, Sullivan Ballou, a major in the 2nd Rhode Island Volunteers, wrote home to his wife in Smithfield.
July the 14th, 1861, Washington, D.C. Dear Sarah, the indications are very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow, and lest I should not be able to write you again, I feel impelled to write a few lines that may fall under your eye when I am no more. I have no misgivings about or lack of confidence in the cause in which I am engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how American civilization now leans upon the triumph of the government, and how great a debt we owe to those who went before us through the blood and suffering of the Revolution. And I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all my joys in this life to help maintain this government and to pay that debt. Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me with mighty cables that nothing but omnipotence can break. And yet my love of country comes over me like a strong wind and bears me irresistibly with all those chains to the battlefield. The memory of all the blissful moments I've enjoyed with you come crowding over me, and I feel most deeply grateful to God and you that I've enjoyed them for so long. And how hard it is for me to give them up and burn to ashes the hopes of future years, when, God willing, we might still have lived and loved together and see our boys grown up to honorable manhood around us. If I do not return, my dear Sarah, never forget how much I loved you, nor that when my last breath escapes me on the battlefield, it will whisper your name. Forgive my many faults and the many pains I have caused you. How thoughtless, how foolish I have sometimes been. But oh, Sarah, if the dead can come back to this earth and flit unseen around those they love, I shall always be with you in the brightest day and the darkest night. Always. Always. And when the soft breeze fans your cheek, it shall be my breath, or the cool air, your throbbing temple, it shall be my spirit passing by. Sarah, do not mourn me dead. Think I am gone, and wait for me, for we shall meet again.
Sullivan Ballou was killed a week later at the first Battle of Bull Run.